Like, we finally decided to get a burger onto the menus for the restaurant. It was like something we held out on for a while, focus on smoked meats. So we're like, okay, we got to get in the game. There's so many people doing great burgers in Sacramento, and we knew we could kind of bring a different approach to it in some way. So the first thing we wanted to do is we grind the meats in-house every single day. Part of that grinding process too is we're trying to line up all the strands, and so we're actually found a way to do it where there's multiple of us and we're really laying it down like we're laying a baby down onto the plastic wrap, and so we're laying those out after a double grinding process. Once it's lined up, we're actually rolling it up so that when we cut those slices out of it, we're keeping those strands lined up, and so that the meat is incredibly tender. It literally almost becomes like it almost wants to break up or crumble a little bit after the cooking process. So it takes a lot of skill when we're actually turning those things onto the flat grill, because we do it on the flat grill because I love the meat basting in its own juices as it's cooking. We also are making our own bun from scratch. It's done in a potato roll where you can fresh dug German butterball potatoes as the base of that. And then the potato bun is also getting those caramelized onions, just like you would find on those burger buns at like at the grocery store that have that nostalgic kind of thing from your childhood. And then we're putting a little bit of black sesame, a little lace celery, sea salt over the top, and a little touch of sesame oil to kind of bring out those umami characters. Inside the burger, we're making our own American cheese. It's done in a double patty. So both layers get this homemade American cheese made out of a tier H cheddar and a California Gouda, style Gouda. And it literally has a little bit of wheat beer in it, and so it kind of just like base and literally drips down the sides and over into the base of the bun. The bun, we gave it a little bit of structure too, though. It's not like say like the Grateful Red buns or some of the other ones where they're really light and airy. We want a little more structure to hold up to that bun. It's that meat is kind of crumbly and all that cheese, and then also the secret, not so secret sauce as we call it. And then it's got that classic crunch of iceberg lettuce. We didn't want to go with the fancy butter lettuce or anything like that. We wanted that nostalgic crunch you got from a childhood from eating at those little roadside diners and those type of things. The one thing we didn't do though is, because we know tomatoes are going out of season rapidly here, but you still got to have some type of tomato on your burger. So we started a process many months back, basically by the beginning of the summer, of preserving tomatoes. During that preserving process, we're actually slow cooking the tomatoes in oil, a little thyme, a little rosemary, some garlic, a little salt and pepper, and then we kick a little sherry vinegar into it too. And so those are stored in that oil, and we're pulling those out and cutting them up into little slices and making a slaw out of that lettuce and tomatoes in the base, tossed with this the secret sauce. Well, always done it where we actually have the burgers over the top of the slaw, or like over the lettuce and tomatoes and all the burgers I've ever done, so those juices base that little salad underneath, but without cooking it too much with the heat rising up. We get the bun on the flat grill with a little bit of unsalted butter and crisp that up to get those crunchy edges that so nostalgic from like In-N-Out. It's like, I think that's kind of what made that burger great as much as anything. It's just a crunchy bun, and you got to eat it within the first couple minutes or it loses all of its charm. So we had to go with that real nice kind of like crunch on that bun by cooking it with butter. And we do a little bit of homemade fermented pickles on the burger too. It's like a classic kind of like dill kind of style pickle. So yeah, that's our burger. It's not served with anything fancy. It's just a burger with a big knife stuck into it. And just one of those ones, you got to get 2 hands into it, even if you cut it up, because it's going to crumble on you a little bit. I mean, there's nothing wrong with eating with your fingers. It's great eating. I love finger food in general. You know what I mean? It's eaten that way all over the world. Yeah. It's okay if a burger falls apart a little bit. It's got too much good stuff.
Really?
Yeah. So
thank you.
I really hope you dig it when it comes around.